Welcome to another video on the flat earth and the Lindsay Harris flat earth model, only discovered by me. Flat earth in the centre earth vortex. It's right through religion. The Egyptians explain it all, and it all works in physics. I'm calling this Egyptian physics today. So what's this? Who's seen that? It's the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus is our sun. In the centre north vortex is just like vortexing water. You vortex water, it's flowing up. It comes into the centre and shoots back down again. Well, it doesn't actually come to the centre, it comes to this point, shoots back down. There's a void in the middle. In physics, this is the vacuum, and the vacuum has the electrons spinning around in it, and this is what we have. The electrons, the moon, the planets. In the vortex, the pressure builds up. We're in a closed system, builds up, creates a cross current and a voltage. Bang. The bang creates the sun. This is the science story of the Big Bang Theory. So they're sort of right there, because this started first, must have come up first before we get the bang, the voltage to create the sun, and that blast has created the moon and the planets, and they stay there. Because of a closed system under pressure, the voltage will always stay there. This will always stay there. Everything else moves up in time and gets sucked back down here. This is the dragon, crocodile, in ancient myths. It all gets swallowed back down through here. Christian, you get to me, you go through the Father. That's going back down through the Son. This is going down through here, or down through here. So this is all about electrons in physics, how they will flow up here, which they are flowing up. Well, I don't know if you can call those electrons, but you've got this force coming down on the inside and a force going up on this outside. The flow on the outside, the force coming down, and this has created the electrical current, which has created the shock and given us the voltage of the sun. The two. So there you have the elliptic. That's how they work. They go around the sun. This bang, that spark, has created the bulge. This here is the Milky Way. Believe it or not. That is the Milky Way. The crocodile is the Milky Way. That's his eye. And what does this look like? You put that through there like that, it looks like an eye. Because what's happening is this energy is coming down through the sun. This energy through, straight through like that. See that? All in physics. The induction system, electric current in the magnetic field, the voltage, the magnetic field out here, and in here is the elliptic, and it's shaped like an egg, and the sun's there. There's the sun, and here's the central spin. That's the spin. It's centre north right there. Centre north. Now, we've got all the stars out here, all the background stars. This is where the blue shift is created. This shape, blue shift, and here centralized is the red shift. Nothing is seen in here because it's all quantum mechanics. It's physics. You can't see it. You try flying a plane through here though. See what happens. Got this plasma going on, electric current. Everything is blown up from this system. Just like an electron microscope. Everything is expanded from this voltage right here. Bang. And the electrons spinning in here. Exactly how physics has it. And we all dwell out there. This is like this non-physical world. We're in the physical world. And out there in the physical world, it's just like here in the non-physical world. If I sucked all that up into a vacuum cleaner, into the size of a human being, you would have a human being. Because there's this pineal gland, the two spheres of his brain, the magnetic field around him, his electrical circuit through his backbone. It's the same thing. It's all connected to nature and the human brain. There's a baby. That's nature. That's the egg. Easter time. The egg. Easter time raising up. Raising up. Leaving the sarcophagus. Jesus, the empty tomb. Leaving the tomb empty. Egyptian stories, you know, those big tombs are found empty. It's all associated with that. And we talk about ether. They don't want to talk about ether. Science thinks there's no ether. There's an ether. There's the ether. Bubbles. Whether they're full of water or not, but they're microscopic bubbles. And that is the medium that everything in here, just like a trump, everything is like this blows up the light because it's all about frequencies. This creates frequencies. This noise coming down here, it's all amplified in here. It sends out the frequencies. Everything out in our physical world is based on frequencies and light, which is frequency. Frequencies. Nothing's physical. It's all manifested in here. We think things are physical because it's just the five senses we've programmed in our brain. So, like amplifying the light to see everything out here, it's amplified the frequencies, and they're transmitted to this medium. Sound reverberating in here, in the bubble. Or water, if there's water in there, it might be a hollow bubble, but still moisture. And then you have the electrical, so you could say that's the magnetism, electrical, but you'll have a magnetic field or electrical, one or the other, around, just like you have your electrical charge on your balloons. You rub your balloon, it's like that. That's the electromagnetic field out here. And look what happens here. Look at the shape of this. What happens here? It's a similar thing, isn't it? It's the same thing. It's all connected. See the shape? Where's another one? There's spheres of moisture. I'm going to go into that. Moisture. So we've got all that sussed. This egg turns, the whole vortex, the whole crocodile here, the Milky Way turns 24/7. That's your 24-hour day. This egg turns. That's your whole day. Back to there, that's a day. That's how it works. Yep, it's a bit distorted because I've made it so big, but there's nothing going on down here. That's your vacuum. Magnetic field flowing up, electrical system coming down. some electrons, if they're called, I don't know what they call them, that's electrons in there. They come through the sun, some will probably pass down through here, the rest will go down through there, but this magnetic field flows up and around there. There's the voltage, that's your sun, Horus's eye. Once you start understanding all the Egyptian myths, it all makes sense. So I'll have to scrub that now, and I'm going to show you something. So there's our flat earth. Center vortex. If you magnetize a plate of steel, that's the flux you get off it, that sort of shape. Now why this is your medium, I'll tell you how things work. There's your center vortex. Everything comes out of the center. Out of that center, it gets sent out. And what do we have in the middle here? The equator. What do we have both sides of it? The tropics. What happens in the tropics? You get a hell of a lot more moisture. The humidity is a lot higher. What do we have up in the Arctic? A lot of moisture in the air. What do we have out there in Antarctic? A lot of moisture. Now, what happens to the Earth's magnetic field? I've just shown it in a big video. Well, can't say big video, but anyway. The magnetic fields come up, out of the moisture, towards the moisture. They come down here, they go through there, back to the moisture. To the moisture, down there, back out to the moisture. Attracted by the moisture. It's not an opposites attract. This magnetic field is the same as that magnetic field. It's here. Would be the opposite if you wanted to talk about opposites. Attracting, but it's not. It's just flowing to where its course is. It's just the flow, the course, and it's to do with this moisture. So, in effect, we don't really. This has been expanded too much. Realistically, it looks more like this. Just like the human brain. Well, I've said in previous videos, the human brain, we see the sun there. That's where the pineal gland of the human brain is. The other sun is over here, we don't see. Two spheres of the human brain, there's the centre. So that's it. There's your moisture molecules. This is what the tropics is all about. Shown in the previous video, that's where the magnetic field goes on a ring magnet. Here's the ring magnet. That's what the fields do. They come up, go down here. Somehow they cross over there. The crossing. Crossing. I think I did come across why that does that. I can't remember now. That's why there's a medium. That is the medium. Out here there's less moisture. And think of this, Christians are like this. You see there's water. A bit dead. So you got water. That's a bit dead. Righty. Moisture. 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 And it's obviously coming down here. There must be moisture down here. this magnetic field coming up like this. It's new. Crikey, useless. The magnetic field coming up like this has separated the moistures from above from the moistures from below. Not in here. Not in here. Although we do have in a lighter scale. But this is referring to the Bible. This is what the meaning of creation. Because creation is also about the man's awakening as well as the divine design of our realm. Nothing's physical. It's how it works. Once you realise things aren't physical and they're all based on frequencies, things start adding up. The other thing is, why science wants you to think it's a spinning ball? Because at the equator here, let's say it's a flat earth, let's say it's centre. What's happening? Oh no, I'm going to make my other design. I just rubbed it out. Start again. Flat earth. Centre vortex. You've got the tropics. You've got the central vortex. All the frequencies coming out of here. Amplified, right? In that hollow vacuum. They come out, they hit the moisture at the equator. Frequencies and sound. What happens? They hit the heavy density of moisture. Then they all get reduced. So it gets reduced. This is our divine realm. It's not a physical realm. This is where they come into the ball earth. Because it comes out of here, gets out to the equator, and then it's reduced. And our physical realm seems to come back in again. You understand that? Everything is amplified out to here, but it hits the moisture there, and then it just downgrades the realm. It just reduces the realm. It's hard to describe. Can't get my head around it myself sometimes. But that's it. When you understand sound and light creating our realm, you'll start to understand it. It's been reduced. This was first kingdom. Second kingdom. Because this first kingdom was back here. This is why we have the tropical plants underneath the ice out here. It was way back here. We were way back here. That was first. It was back in here. Everything grew out from the centre. Everything grew out. This is nature. Grows out. Do you have it? Earth is not a ball, but the human understanding thinks it is, because they're thinking everything's on a physical level. It's not. It's a divine realm of energy. Tesla told us that. I've got heaps to go over here, but see if I can get in before the video shuts off. Tropic region there's a gap, magnetic fields, the gap. That's the gap. See, you'll see the southern rotation here, northern polaris there, and the gap. It's like the gap you see in the magnetic between positive and negative. Bar magnet, for instance, there'll be nothing going on here. Electrons will be pointing like this, pointing like this. And also, you've probably seen Ken Wheeler does a lot on magnetism. I learnt a lot off him. But He hasn't quite got it there. Got it right. They'll show you a ball like this, right? Then they show you the magnetic fields like this. What they're not telling you is you take a magnet, you throw the metal filings at it. That's the shape you get. Well, that's not the magnetic fields coming out. That's just the metal filings going towards the magnet. Flowing through a medium. That's what it's doing. It's attracted. It's taken in. The magnetic fields aren't coming out and flowing away. The filings are just coming in. And when Ken shows you the light, it's not flowing with the magnetic field. It's just the light being absorbed into the magnet. The light, because he has his LEDs around here like this, doesn't he? Well, that's the field of light being absorbed to the medium. So like I've shown you in the previous drawing of the magnetic fields coming out of the moisture, out of south to the moisture in the tropics, and coming back up to the moisture in the centre of Earth. Same thing. There's a medium. I don't know why they shied away from that, because earlier on, about 100 years, a couple hundred years ago, they thought it was moisture and bubbles. Just because sound propagates differently to light, it doesn't matter. It's just another duality in the whole system. The whole system's a duality: light, magnetism, up, down, male, female, electron, proton, night, day. It's all there. Light and frequencies. One will travel like this. The other one seems to go like a wave. But this will be the sound pulsating. Bang, 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 back and forth in here. Bang, 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 bang. And the wave, look, there's a wave. One way of looking at it. Well, physics will have a laugh about that. So we've done the mess of extra moisture in the tropics, we've done that. Centre of the box is hollow, we've done that. Hydrogen, you know. What's in these bubbles? Water, hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is it? Whatever. Static, curved, linear. Force and motion, magnetic fields, not opposites attracts. Ken Wheeler tells us that. Dielectric acceleration, centrifugal divergence. You know, we've got all that. We've got divergence. We've got convergence maybe. The fields come out of the north. Divergence. Converging. But they are separated there. But they do cross over here. There must have the moisture. I always thought there was a lot of moisture in this tropic area underground. That's what's doing it. Moisture in the tropics comes through. A lot of moisture. That's probably how it crosses over, because you've got all this moisture here to get back to there. If it was bone dry down here, they probably wouldn't cross over to come back up there again. I'll better leave it there. The video's bound to run out any minute. I'll catch you on another video.